Why you should stop using expired condoms. Of course, condoms are perishable. 75 to 80% of people don't check condoms expiration dates before use. You think it's only when you want to buy drugs or other provisions that you need to check the expiring date. It is not a good idea to use an expired condom because expired condoms are likely to break, which can result in pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections. Once you use an expired condom, the material that a condom is made with becomes more likely to tear. Here, the risk of STDs increases. In addition, the chemicals in spermicide can break down. Though for proper storage, condoms can remain effective for 3 years, depending on the manufacturer and according to national policy. Avoid using a condom after its expiration date because expired condoms can cause irritation. It lessens their effectiveness. It can also lead to burning sensation and irritation of the delicate tissue. Delicate tissue in and around the vagina and the penis. And that is where some of you contact most infections. Listen, latest condoms are typically good for 5 years from the date of manufacture. From today, before you use any condom, check the expiring date. Don't rush to go and buy and put because you want to have sex and contact more infections, because it will leave you at greater risk of contacting more infections. You go there where they protect me, no get infection, can't carry infection. So what am I saying? Yes, condoms do expire. It is very necessary to check the expiring date before you buy one. 70% of condoms that break during sex are expired ones. Other ones could be as a result of your rough side. Yes, it breaks because it has reduced its effectiveness, because it has expired. I want you to know that expired condoms can cause you more harm than you can imagine. Just to know it that anytime you use an expired condom, there is a high risk it could break. And you must contact infection whether you believe it or not. And not only that, it may not provide adequate protection against STD. So we all need to be very careful while buying condoms. And the women too, you need to be very careful. Check the expiring date before your man wears it on. Always remind him to check the expiring date. Bad condoms can cause yeast infections. Ask questions. And listen to me. If you normally have an infection after having protected sex, see, as a general rule, try to avoid anything with scent, flavors in there, and go for checkup. Because once you allow it and leave it a little more longer, it can cause you a very big damage you never imagined. Before you know it, you start having discharge. Sometimes it will result to candidiasis. And listen to me, if any kind of lubricant or spermicide was used, whether from the condom or the bottle, it could cause a change in your discharge while your vagina cleans itself out. And this is one of the reasons you notice a possibly unfamiliar type of vaginal discharge after having sex. Though Candida fungi is a normal part of microscopic bacteria ecosystem in your vagina. And if the fungi begins to grow uncontrollable, it may lead to a yeast infection. Did you know that sometimes intercourse introduces bacteria from your partner's fingers? Did you know that? Before you allow your man or your partner to finger you, let him wash his hands. Let him wash it very well, thoroughly. And let me shock you, you see all these sex toys, it can transmit very easily. That is why it is meant for private use. Please don't borrow it out. In fact, the possible causes of infection are numerous. They range from changes in the physical environment. Example, sitting for too long in a wet bathing suit. So there are many more. We all need to be very careful. So my point is, today henceforth, before you buy a condom, check the expiring date. Because there is high risk of infection when using expired condoms. So protect yourself from contacting unnecessary diseases. Remember, health is wealth. I love you guys. Love yourself because you are a limited edition. Thank you.